week on One Devotion. The Euroleague's only Romanian player lives up to a family tradition. A Euroleague champion talks about settling down to find success. A player and coach who go back 15 years together reminisce. And a veteran unleashes a dominant performance at the perfect moment. PGE Turów's Gorzelec forward Vlad Moldoveanu was destined for a life in basketball. The Romanian's mother, Carmen Tocala, is a former international player and coach who is now president of the Romanian Basketball Federation. And his stepfather, Petre Branisteanu, is also a former national team player. So it's no surprise to hear that Vlad's life was built around basketball from a very young age.
My mom and stepdad had a great impact on my career. Being in the gym since I was 2 helped a lot. I remember my dad having games against Žalgiris Kaunas, Sabonis being in the gym, and also my mom playing the European Championship. So those are just memories that stay with you and also help build your career.
And another family connection had an equally important impact. Vlad's aunt Doina Tocala, who also played on the Romanian national team, and he believes he is closer to her in playing style.
My stepdad was a point guard, and really a point guard first, pass first point guard. And my mom was a defender and a rebounder. But my aunt, she was a pure scorer, a pure shooter. So I think I'm more like her in that sense, I'm more of a shooter. I think I resemble her the most out of, my family.
When Vlad left home to pursue his basketball education in America, he was also fortunate to receive the assistance of another legend of Romanian basketball, the tallest NBA player ever, Gheorghe Mureșan.
George was influential when I was in the United States. When I first crossed the Atlantic, when I was 16, when I was there by myself, he helped me a lot. He's from the Washington, D.C. area, and he used to come to my high school games. He used to have me over for dinner or just do activities in the weekends or work at his basketball camp. So he helped me a lot with the transition.
With Vlad now back in Europe, his mother and stepfather, both former professionals, follow his career very closely, and they are always eager to offer their advice on how he can keep on improving.
Of course, they tell me, what I did wrong, in their opinion, or what I should do better, or, they give me tips, I was like, the dirty tips, like old player kind of tips, or just tips to help me become a more efficient and a better player.
Having benefited from expert guidance to become the only Romanian player in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague, Vlad is now determined to help encourage the future development of basketball in his native country.
This past summer, I just started my own academy. I put the base of it, so hopefully next summer I can start with a few camps, and over the I would say next 5-6 years to develop into a full-time academy. But of course that is a long-term goal, and it's just something that I want to do to give back to Romania and the people that believe in me over there.
Sometimes it takes years for a player to find the team and the city where he can settle down and play his best basketball. This is what happened to Devin Smith, who hopscotched through 5 teams in 4 countries as a pro before finding a home and a Euroleague title with Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv.
When I came here, I figured out that this was a place that I'd like to spend a few years, not just one. When you come somewhere where they're known for doing well, you have guys who grow while they're here and move on to different places. But I had opportunities, but Maccabi just felt like home.
Now Smith, who is in his 4th season with Maccabi, as many as all but one of his teammates, but to stay he had to make a difference on the court and find his own comfort level off it.
difficult, to bounce around from place to place, take my family from one country to another country. They appreciate the life here. At the end of the day, I can play basketball anywhere, but, I felt like I was accepted here, and they appreciated, what I brought to the team.
Smith says that Maccabi takes particular care to help players from outside Israel adapt to their surroundings.
They don't, take for granted that you're living outside of your country. They try to help you as much as possible, so, things like that is always a plus. From management on down to everybody, they try to make you feel comfortable, when you first get here, invite you to dinner. They make sure that, you understand it's like a team atmosphere, a family atmosphere around here.
To be able to start each new season with Maccabi as a regular, not a newcomer, has been fundamental to Smith's growth as a player.
Going into, especially the summer, get a program with the coaches, with the strength and conditioning guys, give you little bits of advice, on what to do and what to improve on over the summer. So I think that helps a lot because you know what you're coming back to, and what you improve over the summer allows you to, flow right into the system that you've been in already. So that's a big plus.
Today, at 31 years old, Smith is the oldest player on Maccabi, a veteran whose suggestions are valuable both for young players and new ones.
I've been in their shoes before. My biggest thing is just, making them feel comfortable, telling them just to be patient because, it's a process. You come here, you have a bunch of new guys. Everybody has to get to know each other a little bit off the court and on the court and create that chemistry. Just not to get frustrated in the beginning. When you come to Maccabi, it's a pretty balanced team. We don't have one or two guys who do the majority of the work. So just always be ready and always, be positive because, there's going to be ups and downs. So you just got to take it in stride.
The culmination of that mutual commitment between Smith and Maccabi was the ultimate prize for any Euroleague player and club, the incredible ride they took to win the title together against the odds last season at the Final Four in Milan.
I definitely feel like that, because if I had left, I wouldn't have experienced something like this. So I think that's one of the joys I have, in knowing that I made, the right decision, to stick around. Because I saw something special growing here.
For the 5th year and 2nd week in a row, Turkish Airlines Euroleague clubs, coaches and players threw their support behind one team partner Special Olympics by bringing athletes with intellectual disabilities onto the court and into the spotlight all around the continent. Euroleague basketball devoted 24 one-team games, one in every city of the competition, to sharing the values that unite its corporate social responsibility program with Special Olympics. It all happened as part of Special Olympics European Basketball Week, which reaches more than 18,500 athletes in 33 countries through 200 local events. This season's one-team games lent special attention to the new unified sports program of Special Olympics, which makes teammates of athletes with and without intellectual disabilities. Some of those unified teams were even able to play at half-time of Euroleague games, showing everyone how training and playing together offers a quick path to friendship and understanding. Just like one team and Special Olympics come together to help them.
Now let's check out what happened during the week. Real Madrid and Anadolu Efes Istanbul booked top 16 places with tough road wins, while Unix Kazan continued its hot streak by holding off Dinamo Sassari. Real Madrid was pushed every inch of the way by Nizhny Novgorod in a high-scoring and entertaining encounter in Russia. Sergio Rodriguez led the visiting team with 19 points, while Sergio Yui dished 8 assists, but 22 points from Taylor Rochesty and 20 for Terence Kinsey kept Nizhny close until the final seconds, when Yui kept his nerve from the free-throw line. A very different kind of game took place in Kaunas, where FS equalled a Euroleague record by restricting host Žalgiris to just 2 points in the first quarter to set up a win. Unix were led by 23 points from Dio Fischer to claim its third straight victory, eliminating Sassari. FS and Madrid retained their share of the lead, with streaking Unix joining Žalgiris in third place, but Nizhny is just one game behind and certainly still alive. CSKA Moscow made it 8 wins out of 8 and clinched Group B top spot with an easy victory over Cedevita, as Maccabi moved into the top 16 and Limoges kept its hopes alive. Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv secured its place in the next stage of the competition with a comeback victory at home to Alba Berlin, with Devin Smith scoring 26 points and Brian Randall adding 21. There was also a thrilling response from Limoges CSP, which trailed by as many as 20 against Unicaja Malaga, but roared back to take a late lead and win through Nobel Bungu Kolo's acrobatics and Jamar Smith's three-point shooting. Other results, however, mean Unicaja still progresses despite defeat. CSKA delivered a devastating display against Cedevita to set a club record with 60 first-half points, with 7 different players hitting three-pointers. 3 games ahead with just 2 to play, CSKA Moscow has claimed top spot. Unicaja and Maccabi joins them in the top 16, with just 1 game separating the other 3 teams. Another win for FC Barcelona leaves PGE Turów on the brink of elimination, while FC Bayern Munich is definitely out after defeating Milan, and Fenerbahce was dominant over Panathinaikos. After 40 minutes of incredibly close basketball in a must-win encounter in the battle for 4th place, EA7 Milan avoided the perils of overtime with a game winner from Daniel Hackett with just 1.5 seconds on the clock. The other 2 games were nowhere near as close, with Fenerbahce coach Željko Obradović enjoying a big win over his former team Panathinaikos, as Andrew Gaudelok led the way with 18 points. FC Barcelona exceeded 100 points for the first time this season, with Bostian Nachbar scoring 19 and Tomas Satoranski providing 6 assists in an extremely dominant victory over Turów. FC Barcelona needs 1 more win to clinch the group. Fenerbahce looks good for 2nd place, and EA7 Milan has everything in its own hands in the race for 4th. Crvena Zvezda prevailed on the road to move into the top 16. Olympiacos refound its winning touch at home, and Laboral Kucha grabbed a crucial victory over Galatasaray. Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade progressed into the top 16 for the first time in the club's history by holding on to win at Valencia, with big man Boban Marjanovic registering his 3rd consecutive double-double and Marcus Williams sinking 5 three-pointers. Laboral Kucha moved into pole position to claim a top 16 berth with a gutsy win at Galatasaray, as veteran Fernando Sanemeterio delivered a true leader's performance with 25 points. Olympiacos never looked troubled against Neptunas Klaipėda, recovering from a slow start to cruise home on the back of 20 points from Brent Petway and 9 assists from Vasilis Panoulis. 1 more victory will secure the group for Olympiacos, with Laboral Kucha close to top 16 qualification and Valencia needing to win both games to have any chance of progressing.
Hello, my name is Adrien. I go to teach Jamar in France. Je m'appelle Jamar.
Jamar
Smith. J'ai 27 ans.
27 ans.
I am 27 years old.
I'm 27 years old.
J'aime manger. I love to eat chicken, poulet. Voilà. Très bien. Je vis. I live in States. Je vis aux États-Unis.
Je vis au Peoria.
Non, États-Unis.
États-Unis.
Unis.
États-Unis.
États-Unis. Très bien, muy bien.
Merci.
J'ai une femme.
J'ai une femme.
I got one wife.
J'ai une femme.
Okay. You have some kids? Tu as des enfants?
Oui.
Combien? How much?
Un.
Très bien.
Ah.
J'aime jouer contre Nobel.
Say it one more time.
J'aime
J'aime
jouer
jouer
contre
contre
Nobel.
Nobel.
It's like you love to play against Nobel in practice, à l'entraînement.
À
L'entraînement.
l'entraînement.
Très bien.
Ah, merci.
The level of my friend Jamar is nice. He need to learn a little bit more, but it's okay.
Merci.
There is a special relationship between the head coach and point guard at Cedevita Zagreb. Jasmin Repeja first spotted Roko Ukic's talent when the latter was just a skinny teenager playing on Split's cadet team. And the two have been together at numerous club and national team stops ever since.
Honestly, much more than a relationship between one coach and player. Because I met him, more than 15 years ago. When I've been coach Split, he had 15 and a half, and I gave him a chance to play immediately. So young, he was so talented, with great energy, with great desire to become really one great player.
Though Ukic may have had the skills of a future star, he credits coach Repeja for his role in that talent coming to the surface.
He's the coach that gives tons of confidence to the young players. So when you're younger, like I was, when I was starting playing pro ball, I learned the ground rules, and he just raised you like a player. And he's a great teacher of the basketball, and try to put the good habits to your game, to your lifestyle, good work ethic, and then something that I learned from him when I was young.
As much as Ukic learned from coach Repeja, he is most grateful for simply being given a chance.
One thing more than anything, when some coach give you opportunity to play professional basketball when you're just 15 years old, like Jasko did with me, that bond stays forever.
In fact, Ukic sees that same bond developing now with some of his Cedevita teammates.
I'm sure that even if you ask the guys like we have now in a team like Lovro Mazalin or Arapovic or some younger guys, they will get the same opportunity, they will give you the same answer in hopefully 15 years from now.
Where Repeja tells the story, when he joined Split, he came upon Ukic by accident.
And found some players like Nikola Vujicic, Žižić, Poljak, and 3-4 players from Split, just ready to play, but maybe not on high level, but with one budget very, very limited. In junior team, honestly, I didn't find anyone. After that, I invite cadet players with coaches to practice 3 days. In cadet team, I found Roko Ukic with 15 and a half and 16, Pašalić Drago. And they start to practice with first team.
Ukic admits it wasn't always easy, but knows how fortunate he was to have coach Repeja in his corner.
In the beginning, it was more strict, situations, and you gotta do like it. So as I said before, all that process of raising a player starts with very young age, and I was happy that I have a right teacher in the right moment.
And his coach, likewise, feels he benefited from Ukic's presence too.
In our careers, we met many times like opponents, but same, playing together in Rome, now here in national team, same. Knowing very well each other's families, its relationship are really perfect, high level.
Sonny Weems and Carl Hines asked the questions in this week's one-on-one.
Who your toughest opponent?
Probably Rudy.
Rudy?
Yeah, because he got
Rudy
more.
Fernandez.
Yeah, he got more of a
of a name than just going out there just give you buckets. He got more of a name.
What's your favorite place to play at?
Bamberg, was it Bamberg?
Yeah, Bamberg.
When you used to play?
Yeah.
Man, I used to like players. They used to get hype.
They get real
and
hype.
Partisan.
I never played in Bamberg yet, but definitely Partisan, because them fans, man, they be rocking the whole time.
You never played at Bamberg?
I never played. I mean, not as an opponent.
Nah, it
I
be
played
hype
against.
up in there.
Yeah,
I like, they don't like say nothing against you. Like,
nah, but it just be hype.
Yeah, it be
Drums and
hype.
all that.
It be hype. What's your favorite city to play in?
Athens. Yeah, I love going back to Athens. And then last year we were playing Paris. That was dope, because I was like, one of my first times going to Paris.
No, if Paris, like I told you in the locker room, if Paris ever get a team, I'm leaving. I'm not going back to America.
He's just joking. What's your favorite time to practice, morning or evening?
I like kind of noon, because then you got the whole day. Because we don't get up to about 12, 1 o'clock.
I can't do morning practice, man. I'm not I'm not a morning person, man. I'm like a zombie. It's like Walking Dead in the morning when I'm...
Who like your favorite teammate?
Every place I played, I've had like favorite teammates. Like, you know what I mean? I was in Bamberg. It was definitely like Casey Jacobson or like Brian Roberts. I mean, John Goldsberry. They was cool people. Even like my man Draper. He plays with Evans right now. Me and him, we was always together. When I was in Olympiacos, I mean, you know, the whole entire team. Like, we just had a good relationship. Pero Antic, Spanulis, Papa Nicolau, Bertazzi. Like, we all just had a dope relationship.
This is like the only team like I really was like being friends with you, Jack. Man, y'all like it made it better for me. If we was to go back to America, I hang out with you. Hopefully we can get a Euroleague there.
That's the goal right
I just signed here for 3 years, so hopefully we get at least one.
We need
at least one.
We need to, man. We need to.
Fischer earned the honours as B-Win MVP for round 8 of the regular season, as his Unix Kazan team continued its winning streak with a 68-72 victory at Dinamo Sassari. Fischer netted 10 of his 11 two-point attempts and added 3 more free throws to complete his scoring. The 33-year-old was also dominant on the boards, pulling in a total of 15 rebounds for the best rebounding performance of his 6th-season Euroleague career. Fischer's outstanding display was completed by 3 assists, 2 blocks and a steal, taking his performance index rating to 43, the highest both of his career and any Euroleague player so far this season. Having previously taken the award once in 2009 and twice in 2011, this marks the 4th time in his career that Fischer has earned the right to be called B-Win MVP of the Week. Now let's check out the top 5 plays of the week.
Number 5, Moscow, Russia. CSKA have possession. Ball fizzed in to Kyle Hines. Good pass from him and up, going high to the basket is Pavel Korobkov with a great finish, detonating a dynamite dunk. Number 4, Turów, Poland. Big scoring night for FC Barcelona. The ball eventually comes to Justin Dolman. He sends up the pass and Mario Hezonja rocks that rim with the alley-oop. Great timing on the leap. Number 3, Tel Aviv, Israel. Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv, the champions, turning defense into offense. Alex Tyus with the block. Jeremy Pargo with the pass, perfectly for Brian Randall, who finishes a tough shot through a foul. Great stuff from the champions. Beautiful pass from Pargo and Randall with the touch. Number 2, Limoges, France. A key moment in CSP Limoges comeback win. Adrien Merman tries to score, misses. Nobel Bungu Kolo flies through the air to give his team the lead close to the last minute of the game. Number 1 play of the week from Milan, Italy. Final seconds, EA7 Milan and Bayern tied. Daniel Hackett sends it up and he scores, takes it into his own hands with a long, on-the-mark game winner with 1.5 seconds on the clock.
Do-or-die drama will be everywhere in round 9, the penultimate week of the regular season, which several teams enter with their fates hanging in the balance. In Group A, Unix Kazan takes on Žalgiris Kaunas to break their third-place tie, with the battle at centre between red-hot Dior Fischer and veteran Robertas Javtokas likely to help decide which team advances to the top 16. Also in Group A, already qualified Anadolu Efes hosts Nizhny Novgorod in Istanbul, while Dinamo Sassari says goodbye to its supporters with a first-time visit from Real Madrid. In Group B, the season is on the line as resurgent Limoges CSP and sharpshooting Jamar Smith wage a must-win battle against visiting Alba Berlin, and one of the top newcomers in the competition, Jamel McLean. Elsewhere in Group B, still hopeful Cedevita welcomes Maccabi to Zagreb, while already qualified Unicaja hosts group winner Cesca in Malaga. A classic is served in Group C, as unbeaten FC Barcelona and second-place Fenerbahce Ulker Istanbul try to send the league a message before the top 16. Expect another duel between Brad Ollison, who shot Barcelona to victory in Istanbul, and Andrew Gaudelok, the big gun for the visitors. EA7 Milan facing Panathinaikos at home and FC Bayern receiving PGE Turów round out the action in Group C. And Group D gets round 9 going early on Wednesday as newcomer Neptunas Klaipėda and scorer Daividas Gailius aim for another crucial home win against visiting Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul and primetime Zoran Erceg, one of the hottest players in the competition. Group D is completed with Olympiacos hosting Cervena Zvezda before an all-Spanish derby between Laboral Cucha Vitoria and visiting Valencia Basket. It's decision time coming next week in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague.